1 week ago, a channel titled IX23 posted a video called The Calm Before the Storm. This video soon led me through one of the biggest rabbit hole of mysteries I've ever uncovered. As I watched this video, I started my search of what answers to what if his single-player world truly wasn't his. The recording starts at the entrance of some sort of gate made of cobblestone and a chest. IX23 starts by going up to the chest and finds 2 books. He finds a weird book called Arthrexer. He then opens this weird book. It explains about the recording and the world, as the book says, "Hello, this is my creative world. The world was made in 2011. The current people who live here are IX23 and Izzy83_YT. But there's something strange I didn't talk about yet. As you can see on the right side of the book, there is the words, the rules. But the rest of the page is blacked out. This is fairly strange, as so does IX23 think it's strange.
That's some strange rules.
He starts walking through the gates and goes into a house.
My old house!
As he keeps exploring the place, IX23 starts talking about his sister's house.
That was gonna be my sister's house. We never finished it for some reason, though.
But apparently he doesn't know what happened to his sister, as this text explains that he wrote on the book and quill. But to find out what happened, we have to keep watching this video. What? Suddenly, a tunnel appears in his old house. And IX23 also believes this is just weird. As he walks down the staircase, he uncovers some bats in the little hallway with redstone torches.
This is weird.
As suddenly, without warning, the entrance gets blocked with a layer of cobblestone, and IX23 is put into survival mode.
Why am I in survival?
As IX23 gets to the end of the hallway and finds a tall staircase, when he tries to go up, the recording starts bugging out, as you can see, but something is wrong. He suddenly looks back, and the staircase is now blocked up with even more cobblestone.
What is this place?
The world suddenly turns to night, and some weird structures show up. As he walks to the almost ominous looking trees, he finds a chest with another book. As the name of the book is just a jumble of random words and the book is unsigned, it clearly can give no clues. The book has 2 pages within. The first page is some weird poem.
Time passes by. You can never regain. What you have lost can never be reclaimed.
As the second page has just even more random digits. Then the recording ends. But to find out more about the story, we need to go into the description, which says, I recently imported my old creative world to a new version of Minecraft. I want to be a reminder of my sister again before I leave. This tells us a lot more about the events that are taking place. The weird block palette of mainly cobblestone is used because this world is old, and, as said in the book at the start, was made in 2011. The second sentence also tells us a lot about that strange poem, as the poem is talking about time and how you can't regain it, and what you've lost, which could link to the death of his sister in that poem. But that totally contradicts the thing he said at the start, about how he doesn't know why they stopped building Easy83_YT's house. I thought that was the end of the story, that the entity had just taken IX23, but then I realized something. The random jumble of characters in the last book was the exact same size of a Google Drive link. So I plugged it in to see if it was a Google Drive link. And in fact it was, and it led to a drive. The drive only had 2 items in it, a video and a Google Doc called Timing. So I clicked the Google Doc, had a few words. As it says, I don't know what I saw, but it has implanted itself in my mind. I can't stop thinking about its horrible disfigured face. This Google Doc tells us that the entity had implanted itself in IX23's mind. That wraps up the Google Doc, but there also is a little video in this drive called Loop. Once we open this video, we are met with IX23 in a weird little house made out of planks with one red bed inside. Where am I? As IX23 walks out of the building and starts exploring, it seems that this takes place after the events of the first footage. What am I doing here? Then he finds it. A trapdoor under the bed. This is my only way out, it seems. Then he jumps down. And he seemingly falls into the same world again. But this time, there's a piece of mossy cobblestone on the trapdoor. Then he sees it, a crafting table, at the corner of his eye. So he goes up to it and understands what he must do. Once he crafts a wooden pickaxe, he breaks the cobblestone and goes through the trapdoor again. But something had obviously changed again. The game had now turned to nighttime, and the torches had been replaced by redstone torches. A change actually happened in the last level he was on. If you notice, there was chickens on the first level, and on the second level, they disappeared. It was clear that the more levels he went down, the more corrupted and creepy the world would become. Luckily, IX23 already knew that there would be a trapdoor, and quickly walked up to it and jumped down. He falls again, but the world seems to be fully corrupted, as the trees now are missing leaves, just like when he got attacked or taken by the entity. He quickly runs to the trapdoor, but now it's fully blocked by bedrock. And so is the world, being walled in by even more bedrock. But then he finds cobblestone, and he looks at it. And it shows a cobblestone tunnel. So, naturally, he walks down it. suddenly finds that there's black blocks everywhere around the end of the tunnel, and that all the torches suddenly go away. So, he suddenly finds the exit, but something is closing in. We can hear footsteps and whispers getting closer and closer to him. So, he is forced to jump, but this time, he starts taking damage, then the recording ends. And there's still no clues, but there's still one big question. Why does the IX-23 in the video not know about his sister, but on his YouTube channel, it clearly says in the description of the video that his sister was gone? But then I thought, what if the account wasn't even owned by IX-23?